Hello YouTube, welcome to AB and Jack Media YouTube channel. And here we keep things simple.
Before we begin, I would like to do a quick overview of the tools that we will need to use for this tutorial. We're going to use the polygon lasso tool. We're going to use the quick selection tool. Then we're going to use the background eraser tool. Then if you press these tools, maybe let's check out. Let me try. Okay, if you press, for instance, if you press polygon lasso tool and hold, you will see two other tools hidden in that tool. All right, it's like a pack of tools. So when you press one tool and hold, you see everything in that pack. So I'm saying this because some of you have a different tool. For instance, maybe lasso tool displayed out here. All right. So this lasso tool, to change it back to polygon lasso tool, you click the lasso tool, hold down, and you find polygon lasso tool inside. When you get there, you click on polygon lasso tool and it comes out onto your board where you can use it. So the same applies to the quick selection tool. On your board, it might be the magic tool displaying. So you want to press that, hold it down, it brings out the pack. In this magic tool, we have just two tools in the pack. So we'll pick the quick selection tool and bring it onto the board. Same thing applies here. We'll click here, hold it down. You have three tools in the pack. We have the eraser tool, the background eraser tool, and the magic eraser tool. So here we're going to be using the background eraser tool and the eraser tool. So for now, we're going to start with the background eraser tool. We'll click on that and it shows up on our board. So what we have here is background eraser tool, we have the quick selection tool, and we have the polygon lasso tool. These are the tools we are going to use for this tutorial. So I would like to start by let me place this image where it's appropriate. Okay, now so we're going to start with the quick selection tool. All right, the quick selection tool is used when your background is consistent, is uniform, one color, it's not varied, and it's well contrasted, to your image. That is, your image and your background have different colors. They are different. They don't have similar shades or similar colors. For instance, you can see in this example, we have our background has a lighter shade and the image is a little darker than the background, as you can see. So the quick selection tool will apply here. So we're going to click around the background and to do a quick selection, like as the name implies, to do a quick selection of the image for us. So we're selecting now. We'll click, we're dragging. You do this in bits. You click drag, it selects a portion for you. You fine tune if needed, and then you set the parameters and erase. So I'll do all of that for you to see. Before I go ahead, you see I've brought in the image on layer 1, and below the layer 1 we have the background layer. My background layer is purple. I've chosen the purple color because I want the image to pop out when I erase it, so you see the difference. You see how we are making progress along the way. That's why I've chosen the purple color. So you can choose, you can decide to use any color you want or bring in any image you want as your background. So for this tutorial, we're using the purple colored image as our background. Now, you want to be careful not to do this more than necessary. You click once or twice to select. After that, like I said, you set the parameters and delete the background before you do another selection. You do it in bits. In case you make a mistake, you can undo and correct the mistake, then continue. So you want to do it in steps. You want to do it in bits. So I've done my first step. I've selected the background, and let me zoom this. We have our selection here. At this area, it's a little bit murked up. You can see it has gone into the image. We would like to take it back out to align with the edge of this image right here. So to do this, we were at the quick selection tool. To do this, we go to the polygon tool, right? Our polygon tool, make sure it's it's set to 3. I'll set that to 3. The feather here should be set to 3, and okay that. Then you either go up here and click subtract from selection, because we want to remove this line here that has gone into our image. You want to subtract, you want to take it out back to align with the edge of the image. Okay, if we don't do this, when we delete, it's going to take out this portion of the image. So we want to correct this and make it align with the edge of the image. We'll click up here where it says subtract from selection. Click right there, and then we'll click over here on the edge of this image, and all right, bring it over here. It will subtract that part from the image. Okay, so it subtracted it, took it back to the edge of our image. Let me undo that. If I didn't do that and I pressed delete, you see it would have taken away a portion of our image. Let me undo this. You subtract by clicking here, drag it, click, stretch it, click, stretch, click, stretch, click, like that. Okay, do that until you get to this point. Bring it over here, then double click, then subtract. So when this is done, we can go to refine edge. Refine edge, click on refine edge, and you set your parameters. Your smooth should be set to 21, feather should be set to 3. Put that on 3. Contrast should be set to 14. All right, and then the shift edge should be set to +1. This is pretty much how I set this. You can play around with it, you can make it yours and practice and see what works best for you, but this is what works for me. So I'll go ahead and make sure this remember settings is ticked. You tick that box and then OK. So I'm going to OK that. So after doing that, So I'll delete twice. Okay, deleting twice makes it neater, takes out the previous background completely, so you don't have any edge, any residue of the background left around your edges. So you delete twice. As it is right now, the selection is right on the edge of the image. We want to take that selection away so we'll see how neat the edge is, whether we have any previous background layer left around the edge or it's completely gone. We want to look at that. So to do that, we'll click on this tool right here, the rectangular marquee tool, and let me zoom out. When you click on that, you click outside. This is your selection. You click outside the selection this way. All right. When you do that, the selection goes away, so you can see the edges clearly. Now our edge is looking pretty nice, not too bad, looking okay, clean, and well cut out. So this is how you do it. You can repeat this until the background rather, is completely removed from the image. So what you want to do is, you can see the corners. Let me show you. This corner here is curved, all right? You want to have your corners sharp, not curved like this. It makes the image look more realistic. So I'll go to my eraser tool. Okay, I select eraser. Reduce the size. You can reduce the size or increase the size of the tool with your bracket keys. Okay, use your bracket keys, bracket close, bracket open. Bracket close is to reduce, bracket open rather is to reduce the size, and bracket close is to increase. So you press it as many times as you want. As you press, it reduces. That's the bracket close. As you press the bracket open, each time you press it, it becomes bigger. So we're going to reduce that. Okay, this is good. So we'll set the flow to 100, and then go here, delete this corner to make it sharp. Okay, this is good. So this works for me. Let me remove this side of the image, of the background rather, from the image. So I'll go to a quick selection tool. I'll click on the background there, drag it until good. It sees the edge like that. Okay. So I want to fine tune it. As you can see, this selection is not straight, it's crooked. The edge is crooked. We need to straighten it out to align with the edge of our image. Okay, you can see. So what will happen is, you can see that this selection is interfering with our edges. It's inside. Our edges at different points has gone in. So if we delete this as it is now, it will look very rough. So we want to correct that. Go back to, remember how I did it before. We'll go back to the polygon lasso tool, click on that. So we'll click on this right here to subtract from selection, and then we'll subtract those places that are in our image. We want to take them back out to align with the edge of the image. All right, so we'll do this and double click. We'll close that out. So it's aligning now. Okay, we have another place here left. Let me zoom that in so you can see. So I'll click on the edge, do that, and then double click. So we have that well aligned. We have this spot here too. We have to correct. I'll do this, then we're good. So remember we have to go to refine edge. All right, our settings are, you remember I clicked on remember settings, so the settings the figures I put into the settings are still there, so I just okay. All right, I okay that and press delete twice. Okay, to see what I've done, I'll go to this and click outside the selection, and I'll see what I've done. This is quite rough. You can adjust that using the polygon tool. Click on the polygon tool, and then you refine edge. You can cut that out like this. You can see what I'm doing. Take this out, delete. Come here, click outside to see what you've done. Okay, you come back, adjust this portion again. Don't forget my polygon tool is set to 3, the feather, so the image, the edges fade out nicely. Okay, correct that there and delete twice. Okay, so you want to do this until the background is totally removed. So this is just the part 1 of this tutorial. Because I want to keep it simple, I have broken it into parts. You want to click on the link in the description to watch the other videos I have done on how to remove the background. There are other steps you need to see to understand some certain complexities. So in part 2, I'll show you how to remove the background around this transparent heart here, this part over here. I'll show you how to remove the background and preserve the image, so it's transparent. You still see the new background under there. And I'll also show you how to remove background around hair strands. You can see this here. I'll show you how to remove a background around here to preserve these hair strands. So that's it for now.
If you liked this video, please subscribe, hit the bell button, like, and share with people who might also need this kind of content. Also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at AB and Jack Media. This is AB and Jack Media YouTube channel, and here we keep things simple.